during the season is like every game is a resume builder. You know, that's what's on your resume. So what's your resume going to look like at the end of the year when you go in front of the playoff committee, or you go to, you know, challenge in the playoffs, or ultimately, like, what's your resume look like? You know, and that's really what we're trying to do each day. Spring practice is basically be a part of our resume. This 2017 team, this is basically the first couple bullet points in that resume.
Hey, let's go, run the ball!
It's a happy time for all coaches and players involved. And like I said, I think it's getting back to football. You know, you don't get to do that a lot. So you hear spring practice and you're like, okay, we're outside, like we're running around with pads on. It's why these kids are here. It's why us coaches are here. It's a chance for us to see how guys have progressed over the winter season. Guys are stronger, guys are faster, guys are growing into positions. We'll have a lot of position battles, but I think for us overall, spring ball is just an opportunity to get out and play football, which we haven't been able to do in a long time. It's to settle depth chart issues. You know, a lot of guys will be competing for spots going into August camp, and it's really just to see our progress as a team. We have a lot of returning guys this year, so from November until April, you know, how has this team progressed in the weight room, in the dome, to where now we have to put it all together and become a better team.
Make sure we're doing everything we're supposed to do, man. Know your role, know what you gotta do, man. Black hole 3, 1, 2, 3, black hole!
I think for me, just going through the first year, I learned a lot just from the day-to-day feel of the team. Being able to read guys. You know, I sit back at practice, and the biggest difference for me is a lot of the drills are being run by different coaches. So for me, it's watching the body language of our players and how they react to certain things.
You could still come underneath, as I said. I could still come from up and under here, just not under this way. Right.
For the offense this spring, it's really for us to try to build on our success that we had last year and take it to the next level is what we're talking about. So from an execution standpoint, from a toughness standpoint, from a production standpoint, we're really just trying to take things to the next level. We made a pretty good jump from the 2015, statistically speaking, to the 2016 season. Stats really don't matter at the end of the day. It's all about wins and losses. But for us on offense, we can talk about red zone percentage, third down percentages, how many touchdowns we scored, how many field goals we kicked, things like that. We can talk about those goals and improving on those goals, you know, every day. But it's really just about taking the next step as an offense for 2017.
Above your eyes. Good. Rotate.
We're really seeing who's going to step up. I mean, the biggest thing right now has been communication. In the first two practices, it's been great. You know, guys are talking, guys are communicating, and it's allowing us to play faster because all 11 guys are on the same page. So far, you know, it's been limited calls in the first two practices, but all 11 hats are on the same page. Everyone's communicating, and everyone's flying around. We haven't done any live stuff yet, but you know, we're playing fast to the football right now, and that's really what we're looking for.
To the wickets.
I'm a little nervous, you know, just because, you know, you have Malumba, Darius Green, and Ricardo who've been starting for 4 years, and they've been the black hole in terms of right up the middle. So it's going to be looking in there the first day of spring ball. It's going to make me, you know, feel a little weird. But I know that there's guys in there that can play. You know, we have guys that sat behind those guys and guys that have really developed their bodies, and this is their time to shine. So I'm not nervous about the fact that we don't have guys there. We have guys that can play. Now they need the experience and to take the next step and to play in CAA football games, because there's going to be guys going from 5 to 10 reps to 35, 40 reps. That's a big difference, but we'll prepare them through the spring. But we'll have battles inside. I think we have some talented guys. You know, defensive end, we should be solid. And obviously replacing Malumba. Malumba's basically the quarterback of our defense, so that'll be an important role where there'll be a number of guys battling that out. So we have talent at those positions. The experience we're lacking, but the only way to get experience is to play. And we're excited about the spring and what those guys can show us.
Here we go.
Sidelines, OD, get ready for team. Sidelines, offense, defense. Going out, Alec.
We do a lot of competition drills in the spring, especially on special teams. Special teams is not a lot of scheme. And a lot of these younger guys, these redshirt freshmen will make the travel squad next year and compete on special teams. We always talk about here, you got to be a starter on special teams before you progress really to a starter on offense or defense. So just managing the day, you know, we'll start off with individual drills You know, we'll go through Indy like everyone, but then there will be competition built throughout practice of where we put maybe a guy versus another guy that are competing for a job and see how they come out on top.
Back over here. Back on that. Get on the mat. Quarterback on the back. Hey, you guys run it going that way.
You know, obviously, anytime you're installing a new offense, there's things that you might have to let slide a little bit, maybe from a technique standpoint or from a small detail standpoint, just to get the base offense installed and for the guys to be able to grasp a basic understanding. That for sure is something we're not letting slide right now. So because our guys have a basic understanding of the offense and the concepts and things that we're trying to get taught, we're really harping on the details, the fundamentals, the technique standpoint, just the little things, because we felt like there was times probably last fall that the little things came back to bite us in the butt a little bit, and we're just not going to let that slide this year.
We're setting with two hands, then we're just bringing our outside hand or a near pull. We're setting on them and doing two. When he goes to reach, now you come. Looking through here, and he's hard. Grab your shoulder. Set. Target, let's go. Tear off, finish. Guys, spread down.
We're going to stay the way we are. You know, we're the black hole. We're going to be aggressive. You know, we're going to try to be violent off the football, and you know, it all comes down to defeating blocks and tackling, and that's the things that we're going to continuously work on. But as far as scheme-wise, you know, we're going to do the things that we've been good at here at Maine. We're going to continue to do those.
Got to be in, man. Got to be in. Got to be in.
Now we have in or out. You know, there's no halfway in between. You're either in everything that we're doing or you're out. So we just got to be fully committed to the process. But for me, it's, you know, when we get out there in the spring and start running around, it's how have these guys progress and how are they going to attack each day and be into what we're doing and not maybe question anything that we're doing. And then ultimately we said, how are we going to get over the hump? You know, how are we going to stop being 6-5 or 7-4 and have a really good year consistently? And since I've been here, obviously it's been a great year, a couple okay years, a great year, a couple okays. You know, 2 years ago, obviously we were 3-8. We double our win total to 6-5. How do we start to get over the hump of basically being a 500, a little bit of a 500 team? So we just felt like there's guys that are great at times, but not all the time. And we contributed that to be, this has to be an investment. So you're either in or you're out. It's very, very simple with our team. And like I said, we don't deliver 9,000 messages or we don't try and have a lot of points to our guys. It's about being a hunter and attacking. It's about being accountable and believing in what we're doing. And to do that, you got to be all in.
It's a good rep. It's a good rep. It's a good rep. It's a good rep, man.
Toward the end, you just want to see this team kind of progress and take that next step. I'm sure we'll get some answers on some positions and feel good going into August camp, but ultimately we have August camp still, so we'll continue to make decisions into that. But for me, it's about the culture of the team. Have we bought in? Are we committed to what we're talking about? You know, we talk about in workouts and stuff like that is when you come together in a workout when things get hard, it makes the workout easier. So we just want to see the next step, progress, not make the same mistakes, you know, practice 1 to practice 15, because that's what spring is about too. We're going to make mistakes. That's fine. It's being able to correct them on film, in the meeting room, and to just progressively get better at each position. So I think once we get toward the end and once we start to scrimmage and ultimately have the Jeff Cole scrimmage at the end, we just want to see a crisp operation, not a lot of mental things. We want to see physical mistakes. You know, we want to see guys flying around, and ultimately the culture of the team just have a positive attitude, you know, going forward into August and the summer.